Joining us tonight is the ex-wife of Michael Mastromarino, the Prince Charming that turned into the ringleader of the urban myth, body snatching. First of all, to you, Barbara, thank you for being with us. Barbara Rifel is with us. How did you not know? We're all convinced you had no idea. You think you're marrying Prince Charming. When did you first realize what your husband was up to?
Well, I have to say, Nancy, that I did not know that he was the ringleader of all of this, that he had any kind of guilt in this until he met with me in the DA's office and admitted to me face to face. And he had fooled us all. He had fooled his attorney. He had fooled all of us, me, his family. I think more so the people out there that weren't so close to him, since he was quite the textbook sociopath, more so everybody out there probably had more of a better idea that he was guilty than the people closer to him.
You know, everyone with me and taking your calls is Barbara Rifel, the ex-wife of the mastermind of this ring, buying and selling bodies and body parts. Back to you, Barbara Rifel. You're his ex-wife. I've got to hear about what he would do. What would he say when he would come home from work? You'd think that he was a successful surgeon.
Well, Nancy, he had a history of addiction to the Demerol he put a patient to sleep with. So he found this new business that would keep him safe from the drugs, help other people, and would make something back for his family. So it just seemed like he was more of a hero than a monster. And, you know, it was incomprehensible to me that a man could be guilty of such disgusting, horrific things when he had, by the grace of God, had a second chance in life. He almost died a few times from the drugs.
So he comes home from work every day, and what's his demeanor? I mean, how could he hide that that's what he'd been doing all day?
Oh, well, he had his teams, and he would spend more time with us as a family than he ever had, which was nice for us. So really, for me, I was not a part of the business, though, you know, unfortunately, he had me sign a few things.
So you had basically no idea. Barbara Rifel is with us. She was Mastromarino's wife at the time of all this. When you saw him there at the police station or the district attorney's office, and he admits to you, straight to your face, that he had been doing this, what was his motivation? What did he say?
Greed. He said it was all greed. Because I did ask him, why did you do it? And he had said the district attorneys also had said to him, you could have had such a rewarding business to help people. You did not have to do this. Why? And he admitted that to them as well. It was greed.
Barbara, do your children have any idea about why their dad was arrested?
They know it all. And I was always very upfront and honest as much as I could be from the beginning, which only helped them, and was always there for them. So they're thank God, okay. And my older one is grappling with visiting him soon, man-to-man, face-to-face, eye-to-eye, and has some questions for him, and which he already had admitted that he's not readily going to believe anything he has to say.
Barbara, do you basically have to hide out from these victims' families? Because I really don't know what I would do if I find out the people that I love the most had their bodies chop.
Well, Nancy, I cannot apologize for what he's done, because he's the one that had done it. I had nothing to do with it. I can only apologize for their pain and their suffering that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. You know, that's no comparison. My suffering is we'll get through this and we're okay. What he's done to people, there's no recourse. And I can only hope that people are not sick in the brain to try to reach out and hurt me. The only thing I've ever done is try to help my children and protect my children. They are the most important thing to me.
To you, Barbara Rifel, you were his wife. What do you mean by living the high life? What fairy tale life? Wow, that's a mansion.
You know, it was a beautiful home. For me, it was more about the warmth inside and the family. The man that spent more time with us. After his drug addiction, it seemed like he just could be more of a father and a husband that I had never known, because he was such a workaholic. As he had said, type quadruple A personality, he truly was. But I have to say, never in too much excess. It was just nice to be able to go on a vacation. It was nice to not have to worry about finances. It's something that I've grown up with, that I did not have a lot of money growing up, and it was very easy for me to come back to this because I know the value of a dollar, and that's something that he never did. He always needed more and more and more and more and more, and that always scared me. His whole
What do you
idea
mean
of
by
making
that? He wanted more.
Nothing was ever enough. Even with oral surgery, I remember him saying something along the lines of it, that eventually he's going to get bored with that. And how could anyone going to school for so many years in their mind say, oh, I'm going to get bored with that as an oral surgeon? You really have to be a little bit off to think like that, like a little bit way beyond your own capacity, and get yourself in trouble. I mean, obviously he did.